Hello again, guys. I'm back. Today is January 13th, 2018. Welcome to my channel, Alien Society. I know what you're thinking. You're looking at this symbol on my channel, and you're wondering, am I an Illuminati, right? Or am I just one who's promoting the Illuminati or other secret societies, right? The answer to that question is no. Also, I figured I'd give you guys an update on my channel, considering that I wanted to let you guys know also that I've decided from the time that I thought that starting this channel from the beginning, which was, I believe, April of last year when I opened this channel, which was basically only for the Valiant Thor story that I wanted to break to all of you, to show you guys that it was a hoax from the beginning and that there was many things surrounding it, and there's still a lot of things going on, guys, that I figured I'd let you guys know. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I am basically a realist, and that's what I deal with. Now, you can choose to believe the things that I bring forth to you or not. That is your choice. In continuing, I did say that I'm also going to make this channel about aliens, contactees, and alien abductions, which, of course, that still remains. However, I decided to basically, randomize things on this channel. Now, I know I'm not special, because a lot of people do the same thing, but I figured why not, right? Now, if I'm going to bring something to you, I figured I'm going to bring it with the reality behind it and facts behind it. I'm not here to BS anyone because, like I always say, there's no point in doing that because I gain nothing from it. So I figured I'd do this to let you guys know that there's going to be different type of stories that I'm going to present, but they're going to be stories that make sense, okay? Such as historic stories where people say such and such is alive even though that they passed away a long time ago, okay? And people, because they want to hold on to hopes and dreams, they want people to continue to be alive and they're no longer here. So you'll definitely see me talking about those type of topics. Of course, these are going to be like big topics. You guys are going to be aware of it. And it's going to be surrounding a lot of things. Now, back to this symbol that you're looking at. Okay, that people, of course, assume that when you look at this, you're looking at the Illuminati. Many forget that the eye itself, when you draw the eye in that manner, also represents the third eye, which we all have. Okay? When you allow yourself to be an open conduit to the universe, then you will receive that which you have never received before. If you're missing what I'm just saying, I think that you need to sit back and analyze what I am saying right now, okay? Because people think that the Illuminati runs the world. I think that they are so wrong because that's not the case at all. And yes, I know, there's going to be people out there saying, oh, well, why am I saying that? Am I sympathizing with them? Or, because I happen to be defending the Illuminati. Do your history when it comes to this group called the Illuminati, okay? Now, when you hear people talking about that these guys were a bunch of infiltrators, that may be the case. However, don't forget that things are not what they seem. So if you see that everyone is so drunk on the Illuminati mentality, they're forgetting that there's actually other groups that are really making the moves out there. I try not to get into this type of stuff because, I understand the complications of things and, people will start making up things such as, of course, like me, where people will always say, that those are the conspiracy theorists that will never stop. And they'll start, accusing me of being a government agent or secret society member of the Illuminati or whatever. Okay? But I am not. I am not a member of any of those elite societies, right? Because, if you guys want to call them elite. I'm just a normal citizen of the world as everyone else. And I figured that I, like everyone else on YouTube, decide to put my opinion to you guys on this platform. If you choose to accept, that is up to you. So, a lot of people forget that America has been founded upon Freemasons. So, it only makes, it makes sense that the dollar bill, which of course has George Washington on the front, the first president of the United States, who of course was a Freemason, then it's only fair that they have symbolism within the dollar itself, right? But no, people go into these, once again, they get drunk with these mentalities where they keep saying that it's Illuminati this, Illuminati that. You guys know that Adam Weishaupt was the one who started the Illuminati back in 1700s. And supposedly the Illuminati fell off. Whether you believe it did or not, that's your choice. I'm not going to say whether they fell or that they didn't fall. But I do believe that people take and they use the name to mask the true identity of those who really run the world. Okay? So, what best to use a former group or a group that still exists, right? Because you say that the Illuminati infiltrates other groups, where I believe is actually contrary. Is actually the powerful group, which I will not name, that actually infiltrates all and make you believe that this Illuminati mind state, so people start thinking negative things, and then when you see Baphomet, automatically people start assuming certain things. People, you need to understand the occult, okay? I'm not saying that I'm a grand wizard on occultism. I'm just saying that there's symbolism on things, just like there was symbolism if you believe in the Bible, right? Because of course you guys know that it was the Israelites. You guys will see me talk about different type of things, and you guys are going to see what I'm talking about, because it all makes sense. But you have to pay attention, because if you don't pay attention, you're going to miss out on a lot of things that are very important for humanity to know as a whole. Now, going back to this third eye belief system, okay? This is something that's been since generations, guys. This is not something that's new. We all have it. We all have that ability to use a higher state of mind. You have to stop thinking. It's like, I believe that so many people are grounded that all they think about is materialism, control, and all these other things. Now, if you do believe in extraterrestrials, just as I do, okay, we can say that extraterrestrials are here and now, yes. Do I believe that we're being controlled by them? Listen, if that was the case, like I said plenty of times before, it's not that hard to see that all they had to do was take over right now, right? Because they're an advanced race, so obviously they do not need us to tell them what to do if they're an advanced race. If they're an advanced race, then that means that they're not on our level. They are beyond our level, where nothing technology-wise that we have can alter theirs. Okay? Where they, if we believe that they are advanced, then that means that they can alter the things that we have here, considering that we would be basically weaklings compared to them. Okay? Now I must say that we, again, that is a mind state. if you believe that you are a weakling to this planet, so shall it be. Okay? So shall it be. But think about the many things that have been happening on this planet, and you realize that we are more than what we are told. We're more than that. But you see, there's a lot of different type of webs that you have to cut out the way, because when you don't cut out these little webs, or rather big webs, because people are stuck on them, okay? And if you don't help out each other, you're going to stay stuck on the system. A system which wants to control you. And if you allow this system to control you, then that means that you're not going to fight the system, because you know you'll lose. Because you feel that you have no power over that system. When in fact, we all have that power within us. All you have to do is look within yourself. That's all you have to do. Okay? Now, in case people are misunderstanding what I'm saying, I'm not saying you can go through walls. Okay? Now, if you believe you can go through walls, hey, who knows? Maybe you can, right? Anything is possible when it comes to the mind. I would say that we pretty much put ourselves in a controlled state where we're supposed to be these evolved beings, yet we are stuck that, oh, we don't have that type of potential of using 100% of our brains. We just don't have the potential. You're not thinking. You're allowing the system to control your mind. You understand now? Now, I know people are going to continue saying, hey, wait a minute. This guy's talking about the third eye, which I am. Which also connects to the all, right? The universal creator, if you will. But then people are saying, oh, well, this is the third eye, but yeah, you got a triangle there. Well, I just have managed to pick the picture. Not because I had a triangle, because I was trying to make a point of the third eye. Now, again, people could assume what they want, and that's fine. I'm not here to make you believe what I believe. You believe what you choose to believe. However, when I bring the subjects that I'm going to bring forward, I'm bringing them with the open mind and with the reality that just because you was brought up a certain way, that doesn't mean that we have to accept the way the system wants you to to come up about things. Like, for instance, when you have the Bible, for those of you who believe in it, okay, I do believe in it myself. Also, if you want to say that Darwinism, for instance, when Charles Darwin started that we come from apes and we have evolved and all this stuff, obviously that collides with spirituality. Because, of course, that kind of sounds crude, that a divine being would make us be a monkey, and we will completely evolve from the monkey. But some people accept that, and that's a form of control. That's what I'm talking about. When you accept certain things on this planet, that means that you're not willing to achieve your full potential. We all have that ability to go far beyond the understanding of human comprehension. All you have to do is tap in to that, and then you can see that we are a lot more than we think we are, okay? We are more than that. We're more than that. Now, before I continue, I would like to say thank you for those of you who come to my channel and subscribe. If you're new, of course, I have to say welcome to my channel. If you're new, this is Alien Society. Subscribe if you like. You don't have to. All I can say is that on this channel, I deal with things that are realistic. Some people will say, well, realistic, or you're just being blinded to the fact of the system, which of course says, oh, well, there is no aliens out there, there's microbial life. You see, people just quickly judge with not first listening. They judge. So when they don't see my other videos, they don't quite know exactly the things that I believe in, because they're only judging me on one video. So they decide to say, oh, well, get to the point, guy. Hey, well, you don't have a clue what you're talking about. And you see, but again, that's because they don't check my other videos. In all my videos that I put up, you guys can see the things that I bring forth, which is quite obvious, right? You guys will come to see that there's a lot of things on this planet that is meant to be this way, so that you don't question your inner self. You know, they want you to just not acknowledge that you are a being far greater than you seem. Now, yeah, I mean, I see a lot of people on YouTube talking that, you know, they had alien abductions and alien contacts, and you guys already know my views about that. When it comes to alien contactees, I have a problem with it, considering that nobody, and I'm going to repeat that one more time, nobody had brought forth any facts to, you know, to validate their claim of contacting an extraterrestrial being. I'm not saying that they don't exist. I'm just saying that these people on this planet that claim they have contacts, okay, they didn't bring forth any solid evidence of any kind. No, but they'll just show you a picture, and then people, once again, the gullible ones, are going to believe that it's real. Now you see, because these individuals, they take advantage of those type of things. Just like you guys heard me speak about psychics. Same way. If you believe that psychic ability is real, which of course I do, but I do believe that there are people, okay, that they misuse the name, in other words, because what they're doing is cold reading. And many of you are out there that you know what I'm talking about when I say cold reading. What these people do is they'll go in a room full of a whole bunch of people, and obviously they're in there because they lost someone that they loved, right? A mother, a father, a sister, a brother, a child, okay? A cousin. It happens. Just like magicians, like I was telling you guys, okay? Magicians are there to entertain, to make you believe that magic is a real thing. Is it real? I don't know. But when it comes to entertaining, okay, these magicians that look so great, okay, and you guys know who they are, because of course what they do is something that they've been doing for years, of many times of practicing and practicing. And you got to understand, they can't do this alone. They have to do this with help from behind the scenes. See what I mean, guys? But when you guys close your mind and start just saying, oh, well, you're the one who not open-minded, you refuse to believe, you don't know what I believe. Don't be so quick to judge when you're not listening to the things that I'm saying. Some people saying, well, why do you take so long to just make a point? Simple. Because when you're talking and you're listening, right? When the person, that be you guys, and you listen, that allows you to digest what I just said. And you get a pretty much brighter sense of what's going on around us. But if you don't, then that means you're going to miss it, and then you're just going to say, oh, well, you have no clue what you're talking about. That's what you'll say to me, of course, because, of course, I get it all the time. That people say, I don't know what I'm talking about, or, you know, I'm making these videos up, Now, what would be the point of me making these videos if I was making these things up? Can you guys at least explain that one to me? Because, you know, you might find that on YouTube all over the place where you got a bunch of people, you know, making up videos just to get viewers and all this stuff. If you believe that I'm in this for viewers and stuff, that's on you. I figured that this is the platform to use to get the information out. What information is that? It's simple. All you have to do is listen. Because if you don't listen, you're going to miss out everything. Now, I try to direct you guys into certain things that is quite obvious. Okay? Things are obvious out there, guys. We already know that we are being lied to, obviously. I'm talking about in the entire planet. You got these government officials who are supposed to represent us, right? But I don't think so. I think what they're doing is representing themselves. Because a lot of these people represent different groups in this planet. And if you guys don't understand what I'm saying, I suggest that you kick back and do some research. Look, because all the information is all over the place. It's not that hard to see. So now you'll see that you'll get the idea why it's not always about Illuminati, how everybody always thinks. It's not the Illuminati, guys. There's a lot more to it. Open your eyes. Open the third eye that you have within all of you. And once you do that, you get to see everything that I see. I am not here saying that I am smarter than you. I am not here saying that I'm better than you. I'm saying we are all one and the same. I am trying to open that third eye that you all have, that many of you do not realize the potential that you have. But you don't have to believe me. I see a lot of people on YouTube making up stuff, trying to be cult leaders, obviously, but they're not telling you, obviously. They're just throwing themselves out there and, you know, seeking the wrong attention and then saying that, oh, well, the government this, the government that, you know, to try to make it look like, you know, they're being watched. Well, if you don't draw attention to yourself, maybe you won't be watched, right? Because if you're making these false claims, and you see a lot of people going to be watching these YouTube videos, so obviously when you make false claims, people are looking. And they're paying attention. Many people might pay attention. Some it just might go right through them and just, you know, whatever. And that's where you get the people that, of course, they judge and quickly they send you these comments and say, well, you have no clue what you're saying, or stop moving the camera around. And I don't really care, guys, okay? Whether I move the camera around or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is the message. That is the most important thing. Now, what I want to tell you is this. If you're familiar with the story of Solomon, right? The King Solomon of the Torah, the Old Testament as it's called, right? There was something that happened with a woman and, well, actually two women holding claim to one child. One woman was saying, that's my child. The other woman was saying, that's my child. So you know what Solomon said? He used wisdom. He didn't use stupidity. So this is what we consider using the third eye. Okay? He said, okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to chop the kid in half. We're going to give you one half, and we're going to give you one half. And you know why he said that? The reason he said that, not because he was being crude, because he knew that the true mother of that child would not allow that child to be killed. And that's why he said it that way. That's how he knew. By using wisdom, he knew who was the true mother of that child. Because there was one woman that said, sure, I'll give me half and let her have half. Now, as you can see, that's not the true mother. The true mother was like, no, you can have the whole child. Because she'd rather her have the whole child to live than to have half of her child and he's dead, right? The child's dead. That is a form of wisdom. That is a thing that we all have within all of us. Many of us don't use that, which is why there's a lot of crimes happening on planet Earth. Because people don't pay attention to the things around them. Some people just give up and feel that, okay, well, there's no hope. There is hope. Open your eyes. Okay? Open your eyes. It's all there. All there. Some people, I believe, get confused sometimes because, you know, after living in a planet where, again, we're raised a certain way due to a system, I believe a system of control, that's why things are the way they are. Now, some people may think I'm crazy for saying this, but I'm actually not. I know Hitler was obviously a very crude man. Adolf Hitler, of course. That's what I'm talking about right now. I know many of you know the history. But think of the ideology that he had. I'm not saying that killing people was a good thing, which of course I completely don't, encourage none of that type of stuff, because that's not something that I believe in. I believe that all humanity are equals. It doesn't matter where in the world you are. But what I'm trying to say is the ideology that they had, that they were superior to all men on planet Earth, that is the ideology that we all on planet Earth should have. Because not one race over the other race on this planet is superior to the other. Now you guys get what I'm saying? We are all superior. You just have to seek that superior self within yourself and wake that inner you, and then you'll realize a lot of things that you haven't realized before. Now, of course, you guys are going to hear me talk about different type of things, and definitely I'm going to mention something on the Hitler thing, because now that we're on the subject, people claim that Adolf Hitler died in April 30th of 1945, but he wasn't declared officially dead until 1956. Now, the reason for that, of course, was it had something to do with people claiming that he lived after the supposed suicide attempt that he did with his wife Eva Braun at the time. Now, me personally, the man did not want to leave Berlin. He wanted to stay in Berlin. Okay? Regardless of what his generals were telling him to, pretty much, let's save your life. Führer, let's save you, and, let's take you here and there. And he said no. He refused to give up. He refused to surrender. He refused to allow any of his soldiers leave. So, what I'm trying to do here, guys, is I'm trying to show you that, to break these conspiracy theories out there that people have, that he lived and went to Argentina and, lived to be an old man and died. Come on. Really, guys? That's far beyond nonsense right there. Because we were talking about a guy who was so possessed with power, okay? Not just possessed. He was obsessed with power, that he refused to give it up. He refused to give it up. As you guys perhaps know some of the history where he had told one of his men that upon his suicide, right, he wants his body and his wife's body, well, more importantly, his, burned. Because he didn't want the Russians or anyone else to parade his body around, and disgrace his body. So that's why pretty much he wanted his body to be burned to a crisp. But anyways, what I was trying to get to is the occult part of all of this type of stuff, guys. That's where I'm trying to get to. In case I've missed, in case a couple of you guys are misunderstanding what I'm saying right now, okay? I'm not here promoting anything that has to do with Hitler. I'm here to promote spiritualism. It's what I'm doing. I'm talking about the ideology of being a higher you, a higher being, not higher than anyone else, higher than we all are as equals, as one. And that's why I'm saying, if you guys got me, then that means you paid attention. But if you misunderstood what I said, then that means you'll probably, go ahead and say bad things to me, considering that you misunderstood what I was saying. Now, there's a lot of things that, once again, when you do research on certain things, guys, you will see that there's a lot more things that we're not being told. Think about it for a second. Because there's groups out there that don't want you and I to possess that power of the inner self. They don't want you to realize that you are a higher being within yourself. That you have the potential just as everyone else. That you are just as great as anyone else. But of course, people are gonna, assume what they want and start making up stuff and start saying, well, this guy's delusional, that being me, and, and other stuff. Because, of course, this won't be something new. I'm just trying to open you guys' mind to something which is there, which you can all see. But you allow certain obstacles to stand in your way because you're so concentrating on that one obstacle instead of looking past that obstacle. Now, if you're stuck there on that one obstacle, then you're going to miss out everything I just said. Now, if I can refer you to the Bible, if you believe that Jesus existed, or shall I say Yahshua, okay? For those of you who saying, well, Jesus is not his name, and, I want to be politically correct. His name was Yahshua. So, when he spoke how? He spoke, they said he spoke in parables. In our modern times, speaking in parables is more like saying we're speaking in symbolism. Right? Pay attention to everything around us. In today's world, men speak in symbolism. And if you don't pick up on certain things, you're going to miss it. Because it's right in front of you when you're watching your TV. When you hear people, talking wherever they are. That's when you realize something is going on. Pay attention to the world. I am. Like that stuff recently I just told you guys about the Department of Defense here in America, okay? When they brought out that stuff that they've been investigating since 2007, some type of vehicle, but you see it doesn't make sense. They're trying to make it seem like they've been looking at something since 2007 when we couldn't even go further back and see that there was other times that these investigations took place. So what's to say that it stopped at all? But they're going to tell us today that it stopped in 2012 and, because they figured there was nothing, there's no threat to national security, yada, 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 and then some, right, guys? Well, I figured I'd give you guys an update again of this channel, and that's why I gave you this video, so you guys can see that today and forward, this channel is going to be far expanding, because I figured, why stick to certain obstacles, right? Like I just said, if I stay stuck on one obstacle, people are going to miss out on a whole bunch of things that it's around us. So it's good to talk about all the subjects that are around us, but you'll never see me talk about something that it's nonsense. Now, of course, this right now that I was talking about may seem to be nonsense to those who don't understand what I just said because they didn't pay attention. So they missed out the entire video. They spent time looking at the triangle there on the screen instead of listening to my voice. So like I say, guys, if you like this video, you can like it if you like. Hit the like button. You can dislike the video as well if you dislike it. And I always tell people, share your thoughts. If you feel that, what I'm saying doesn't make sense to you, then maybe you should share some thoughts and show me what exactly makes sense then to you. Also, if you would like to be notified every time I make a new video, hit the notification button, and you'll see that every time I put a video, you'll be notified, so you'll know that I have a new video up. And like I said, this is going to continue to expand, because I figured that we are definitely, and people have forgotten that this is the Aquarian age. And the Aquarian age will last way beyond our lives, guys. Physical lives, that is. Because, of course, we don't live 1,000 years. In the flesh, that is. Okay? So, all I can say is that open your minds. Listen to everything you hear. Analyze. Because remember, things are said, but they're said in symbolism, just like the Messiah, Yahshua, said, right? He spoke in parables, so a select few can understand what he's saying. So if you look at that in a bigger picture, you realize that a lot of groups today, they do exactly that. But their intentions are not good. They may seem good, like good people, but their intentions are a lot different than what they making us think they are, right? It's like making you think, like, who's the true enemy? Is man enemy of himself? Or are these beings that are going to come or are here the real enemies of man, right? Now, the Bible do say that the mark of the beast is 666, right? The mark of man. But there's a whole lot to it. If people just look into things, they'll realize that things are not what it seems. Now again, I will tell you certain things, and it is up to you to open your mind. But if you wish not to hear me and just forget everything I said, then continue on your journey. If you believe that what you're doing today is good for you, good for your family, and good for humanity, all I can say to you is shame. Shame. Because not only do you deserve the right to know of the higher power that's within you, your children deserve to know. Your family deserve to know. Humanity deserves to know. So with that, I see you guys onto the next video. Peace, guys.